Okay. Welcome and thank you for watching this video. My name is Alessandro Hönig and I made this video together with my colleagues Tianhe Hao and Sophie Nienruth. This week's topic is learning in strategic alliances. And the articles we used for this topic, or we had to use, are partner selection in emerging markets and developing market context, resource-based and organizational learning perspectives by Hit et al., and resource complementarity in international venture performance in Korea by Choi and Beamish. We will deal with the central issues of managing joint ventures, that is, selecting the right partner in the host country and providing the joint venture with the right mix of resources. Based on this week's topic, the central question for this video is the following. Which resources are the basis for IJV success? So strategic alliances have become a highly popular strategy for entry in international markets. They're designed to allow partners to share risks and resources, gain knowledge, and obtain access to markets. International alliances are alliances that cross borders. Firms themselves have specific resource endowments, however, to operate successful in other markets, they might need additional resources. Learning from the experience of alliance partners helps firms to increase their capabilities, even tacit components, but build their resource endowments. Therefore, we can say that resource endowments and organizational learning are particularly important in alliances between developed market firms and emerging market firms.
We will now distinguish differences between emerging markets and developed markets, taking a resource-based perspective. Hit et al. State that from the resource-based perspective, it can be expected that emerging market firms place a significantly higher emphasis on the financial assets of partners than developed market firms. Furthermore, executives from emerging market firms strongly emphasize technological capabilities in selecting international strategic alliance partners. They do so more than the executives from developed market firms. Moreover, executives from emerging market firms more strongly emphasize intangible assets in selecting international strategic alliance partners than do executives from developed market firms. When looking at the willingness to share expertise in selecting international strategic alliance partners, executives from emerging market firms emphasize the willingness to share capabilities more than the executives from developed market companies. Both the executives from developed and emerging market firms emphasize the complementary capabilities in the selection of international strategic alliance partners. Besides, executives from developed market firms more strongly emphasize local market knowledge and access in the selection of international strategic alliance partners than do executives from emerging market firms. Lastly, executives from developed market firms more strongly emphasize unique competences in the selection of international strategic alliances than do executives from emerging market firms. Hit et al. Find support that both tangible and intangible resources are important in the selection of international strategic alliance partners. For example, the financial assets desired by emerging markets are largely tangible, whereas the technical and managerial capabilities desired by emerging markets are largely intangible. For the developed markets, firms' desire for unique competences, market knowledge, and access to the market are also largely intangible. The intangible resources based above are mostly based on tacit knowledge. Most of them are valuable, and due to their tacit and intangible nature, they are difficult to imitate, which provides the basis for a competitive advantage. Furthermore, the results of the article suggest that organizational learning is an important basis for the international strategic alliance partner selection, since firms involved in alliances seek to learn from the experience of the other firms. This way of learning allows the transfer of tacit knowledge, which can lead to the development of a competitive advantage. For emerging markets, it is important that they find partners that help them develop the capacity to learn and then transfer the required knowledge.
The author of the second article provides another argument that comes from the resource-based view, one that is specifically focused on joint venture. The resource-based view of joint ventures poses that joint venture performance is driven by their partners' ability to create synergy by drawing complementary resources. Most firms only enter into joint venture when they perceive critical resource complementary. And the authors focus on two types of resources the mostly relevant in an international joint venture between a firm from a developed market and a firm from an emerging market. The first technology-related resources that developed country partner contribute to the joint venture. These technology-related resources can be defined as the ones employed to develop the joint venture's products and production process. These resources are arranged in the setting the analysis. Due to the fact that they are hard to imitate because of time compression and diseconomies and their value for emerging market firms. Furthermore, they look at the local knowledge-related resources, which are specifically defined as resources that consist of local marketing skills, local personnel management skills, and local or government relations management skills. They serve as rent-earning resources as argued by resource-based view. Their value lies in the contribution to the production and markets of the products best adapted to the local markets. This knowledge is usually only inherent to senior management, which makes it rare. It is also difficult to imitate because such knowledge is difficult to transfer. And they further argue that combining these resources will lead to additional rent generated due to the complementary. A joint venture's performance depends on the combination of technology and local knowledge-related resources. Thus, the willingness of partners to share and adapt these resources will enhance performance further. And they find that both technology-related and knowledge-related resources positively affect performance independently.
Now, comparing the two articles, Hit It All concentrate on the motives and partner selection of JVs, while Choi and Beamish are more focused on the performance outcomes. So, when choosing the right partner and sharing resources, so that they can complement each other. Hit It All, however, laid a foundation, so the work of Choi and Beamish makes more sense in a way, because Choi and Beamish analyze the measurable outcomes when the right partner is selected, as analyzed by Hit It All. So we created a model illustrating this better. So for emerging markets, according to Hit It All, they look at financial assets, technical capabilities, intangible assets, and the willingness to share this knowledge. In partner selection, which creates an IJV, and if that is successful, technology-related resources and knowledge-related resources lead to performance increase and also synergize and complement each other, which leads to additional performance increases. For developed markets, they look at unique competences and local market knowledge and have the same outcomes. Whereas it is to stress that for developed market firms, the knowledge in the local markets mainly leads to performance outcomes, and for emerging markets, the technology-based resources. Although they do complement each other, which is why we illustrated them both. Now, for the main question, which reasons are the basis for IJV success? Hit It All cover the importance of resource endowments and organizational learning, whereas Choi and Beamish cover the relevance of technology-related and knowledge-related resources. So according to Hit, for emerging markets, as in the model illustrated already, financial assets, technical capabilities, and tangible assets, and the willingness to share are important, and for developed market firms, unique competences and local market knowledge are important. And for Choi and Beamish, for emerging markets, they stress technology-related resources, and for developed markets, knowledge-related resources. Also, for both, the complementarity of combining the resources also is important to lead to a successful IJV. That was it for our presentation. Thank you very much.